Imagine this. Someone insults you, criticizes your work, or even disrespects you in public. What happens inside you? Your chest tightens, your heart races, your mind starts preparing a comeback. Anger rises, frustration spills in, and for a moment you feel as if you've lost control. We've all been there. But let me ask you something deeper. What if it didn't have to be that way? What if you could walk through life untouchable, unshaken, calm no matter what anyone says or does? I know it sounds almost impossible. We're human after all. But the truth is, the ability to stay unbothered, the ability to master your emotions, has been practiced for thousands of years. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, they lived in a world full of insults, betrayals, chaos, and yet they wrote about a kind of inner fortress, a place no one could reach unless you opened the gate. They believed that true strength isn't about dominating others, but about mastering yourself. So let's walk into this idea together, because anger is one of the most destructive emotions we carry. It clouds our judgment, poisons our relationships, and worst of all, it gives power to the very people who provoke us. When you let someone make you angry, you hand them the keys to your inner peace, and that's a heavy price to pay. The first shift happens when you understand this simple truth. No one can actually make you angry. They can only offer the spark. But the fire, that starts inside you. Their words, their actions, they are just noise until you give them meaning. And this is where perception becomes power. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Think about that. An insult is just sound in the air, meaningless, until your mind takes it, paints it, and places it on your heart. The pain isn't in the insult. The pain is in the story you tell yourself about what it means. So the next time someone disrespects you, ask yourself, is this really about me, or is it about them? More often than not, it's about their own frustrations, their own insecurities, their own pain. People project what they cannot carry. And when you see this clearly, their insults stop feeling like daggers and start looking like smoke. Empty, dissolving, incapable of wounding you unless you inhale them. But of course, it's not enough to just hear this idea. You have to train it. Imagine you're walking down the street and a stranger shouts something offensive. If 100 strangers shouted nonsense, would you really care? No, because you don't know them, and their opinion holds no weight. The only reason words sting is because we give them permission to matter. And once you realize you are the one granting that permission, you begin to take your power back. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, had people betray him, criticize him, even plot against him. And yet in his meditations he wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." That is radical freedom. It means your peace is no longer at the mercy of others. It belongs to you. And here's where another truth comes in. Anger is rarely about the present moment. When someone bothers us, what truly gets triggered is an old wound. Maybe the insult touches an insecurity you've carried for years. Maybe the disrespect echoes a time you weren't valued. The reaction isn't to them, it's to your own past. And when you see that, the anger becomes an invitation. Instead of fighting the person, you can ask, what is this stirring in me? What needs healing here? Suddenly every insult becomes a teacher, every critic a mirror. You start to see that the world is not attacking you. It's showing you the places where you are still vulnerable, and that shift alone transforms anger into self-awareness. But I won't lie, building this kind of mindset takes practice. It's like building muscle. At first you'll slip, you'll get triggered, you'll replay the words in your head. But if each time you return to the principle, this is only noise if I let it be, you strengthen the gap between stimulus and response. And that gap, as Viktor Frankl said, is where freedom lives. Think of it this way. Life will never stop offering you reasons to get angry. People will cut you off in traffic. Bosses will criticize you unfairly. Friends will misunderstand you. Strangers will disrespect you. If peace depended on the world behaving perfectly, you'd never find it. But if peace depends only on your choice, and then no one can take it away. So how do you train this choice? Start small. Someone interrupts you. Instead of fuming, notice your breath. Pause. Ask yourself, does this really need my peace? Someone criticizes you? Before defending, remember, their words reveal more about them than about you. Each moment becomes practice. Not perfection, practice. Over time, you'll feel it. The triggers that once lit you on fire now barely stir you. The insults that once broke your heart now sound like echoes in the distance. You become untouchable, not because the world changed, but because you did. And here's the beauty. When you stop reacting, you stop giving away power. People who thrive on provoking others lose their grip on you. They cannot control what you refuse to feed. And when your peace remains steady, you begin to influence the world not through anger, but through presence. Imagine walking into every room calm, steady, impossible to shake. Imagine living in such a way that no insult could touch you. No disrespect could unbalance you. That is not coldness. That is strength. That is freedom. And that is available to you if you choose it moment by moment. So the next time anger rises, remember this. You are not a puppet on the strings of other people's words. You are the master of your inner world. You cannot control what they say, but you can always control what you allow to stay. And in that choice, you become untouchable.